All right, guys, so we have one more problem that we are going to do that was similar from the front side, and we're going to go ahead and write this all out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this 4 and 236 thousandths. I'm going to divide it by 6. Well, the reason why I'm not just going to say, well, I'm going to take 4 ones divided by 6 is you can't. It's not going to be a whole number. So that is where I'm going to move in, and I want to use this 42. So I've got 42 tenths, and I'm going to divide that by 6, okay? Then I'm going to add, and I'm going to look here. Well, if I do 3 divided by 6, again, that's not going to be a nice number to be able to divide. So I'm actually going to take the whole entire thing, that 36, and because of where that 6 is, that's actually the thousandths column. So I'm going to do thousandths divided by 6. Okay, so now I can go ahead and solve this. 42 tenths divided by 6 is going to give me 7 tenths. And I'm going to add 36 thousandths divided by 6 is going to give me 6 thousandths. Now, if I were to put this onto my place value chart, I want you guys to notice this, okay? I said I had 7 tenths and I had 6 thousandths. So I need to make sure that in my hundredths column, I have that 0 with that decimal point. So if you would just write the decimal point 7/6, that's not going to be right because the true answer is 706 thousandths. Because remember, you have this thousandths and you borrowed these, or you used the 42 tenths and 36 thousandths. We didn't use any tenths in there to show this, okay? So what we basically were doing up here, we're going to kind of continue talking about. You know what 32 divided by 8 is. Okay, so 32 divided by 8 is going to be what? 4. Okay, so now this is saying 3 and 2, this is basically saying 3 and 2 tenths divided by 8. So if you really thought about this, you could say, well, this says 32 tenths divided by 8 would equal how many tenths? Well, 4 tenths. So you can take this answer and say, well, that's going to be 4 tenths because this 32 I could actually say as 32 tenths, okay? This next one, 81 divided by 9. You know 81 divided by 9 is going to be 9, okay? But right now this 81, you're saying it's 81 thousandths. Okay, so because that's 81 thousandths, this answer is going to be 9 thousandths. And how would you write 9 thousandths? Okay, we can kind of go back up here. This is basically saying 32 tenths. So then this answer would be that 4 tenths. All right, so you can take that decimal point out, but just remember what place value you are going to be at. All right, so moving down to letter 4. It says, are these quotients reasonable? So if I have 55 and 6 tenths divided by 7, am I going to get 8? No, I'm not going to get 8. The reason is because I'm going to actually say this is 56 tenths divided by 7, and that should actually equal 8 tenths. All right, let's take a look at this. 56 divided by 7. Does that equal 8 tenths? No. That is not reasonable because 56 divided by 7 equals what? It equals 8, guys. Now let's look here. I've got 56 hundredths, and I'm dividing that by 7. Well, because I have hundredths, I know 56 divided by 7 is going to be 8. What is my label? 8 hundredths. Is that reasonable? Yes, it is. So if in doubt, whenever you see something like this, you can rewrite it without the decimal using that label, and then that will help you to come up with what the answer is. We're going to go ahead and do 2 more word problems on the next video.